Hi everybody, Kira here at Unfurl, and today's video is about how hard it is to come out from behind our false identities or our false self. I had my hair cut today, and I had for ages, been blonde, and it was sort of chin length, and I had this sort of sense of myself as this, blonde and feminine. And then when I got my hair cut today, and my hairdresser, I've been going to her for a while, and she said, "Leave it to me." And I said, "Okay, that's fine." I said, "I'll close my eyes and you give me a nudge when time's up. I'll leave it to you." And so when I opened my eyes, I had a very short haircut, and um, and instantly I was transported back 20 years to when I had been living in Sydney, and I had shoulder length red hair, and I was an actress at the time, and that's how I saw myself. I saw myself as this glamorous actress with this long red hair, and it wasn't like I was famous or anything. I was doing fringe theatre, which I loved, absolutely loved. But I had this identity, the sense of self, who was, very bohemian. And my friend, who was a hairdresser at the time, I'd been toying with the idea of cutting my hair, and she said she'd cut it for me and she'd come to the house and do it. So I said, "Fine, come on over." And she came to the house and she cut my hair in the kitchen. And there was no mirror in the kitchen, so I couldn't see what was going on. And so she chopped away, and that was fine. And at the end, she went, "Wow, that's amazing. Go and have a look." So I went into the bathroom to have a look at my hair, saw myself in the mirror, short hair. I started crying. My flatmate came in a minute later, and she went, let's see. Oh my God, it looks amazing." And she realized I was crying, and she said, "What's wrong?" And I just said, "I'm so plain." And that's all I could see, was how plain I was. So when my glamorous identity was lying in bits there on the floor, bits of red hair, my sense of self was lying there on the floor as well. And what I was left with, I saw as very plain. So I wasn't mad about the short hair for a few days, and then I kind of came to terms with it. And then, without me realizing it, I adopted another identity to go with the short hair. This was a sort of cute, funky pixie character, nearly. And I wore funky clothes, and I really did see myself in that way. I didn't realize I was seeing myself in that way, but looking back, I did. I was singing in bands at that point. So I felt like I had a look that matched the role of, funky singer in an electronic band, which I really liked. Anyway, fast forward 20 years. I've been growing my hair over COVID by accident. I ended up growing my hair, and I dyed it blonde, and, was quite enjoying being this sort of feminine aspect of myself. But today, anyway, open my eyes, looking in the mirror, and the same thing that I felt 20 years ago. I'm so plain. I've nothing to hide behind. It's just me. Now, just so we're clear here, I do not want tons of messages telling me how nice my hair is, it really suits me, blah. I'm not looking for that. That's not what this is about at all. This is about the realization of how much my look, and I know this is true for so many of us, informed who I thought I was. That my sense of self was so connected to my physical appearance. It has been so connected to my physical appearance. And without the illusion, my sense of self was plain. And I read that as nothing. I'm nothing. I have nothing to offer. I'm not enough. So it was really, really wonderful to catch that today. And I know, I feel like I'm unraveling so fast at the moment. It's like the layers are falling away. The layers of false identity are falling away so fast. It's hard to keep up sometimes, but I totally trust the process. But I stopped drinking a couple of years ago as well. So now I feel so, I'm going to say naked in a way, as these false illusions, these buffers, these barriers fall away, and I start to get to know myself and discover who I am. And it's a slow process. It's a really slow process to reveal ourselves, to coax ourselves out of hiding. And I'm very grateful to have a very skilled therapist that I work with. And also I can see, my clients that come into the room, into the therapy space, the courage that it takes to be seen, to drop the pretense just for a moment, the pretense that they are holding for the viewer, but also to themselves, how much we hide from the world and from ourselves. And as those layers fall away, the vulnerability that we're left with, our true selves, is astounding. So, yep, sitting here with my short hair, not rushing to to put on my funky clothes. And you know what? It did cross my mind. It did cross my mind. I was like, oh, it's okay. I can, wear those certain clothes and that'll sort of match the haircut. And I caught myself doing that. And I said to myself, you know what? You're too old to play the role of cute, sexy pixie. Those days are gone. They were never even there. It was just an illusion. It always was, and it always will be just me. So let everything else go. So that is the space at the moment. Lots of love to you wherever you are in your hiding or revealing of yourself. If you're enjoying the videos, like and subscribe.